Las Vegas, Nevada, the city where risk-takers come to gamble, but this particular gamble involved lives rather than chips, and the house always wins when karma deals the cards. A dash com recording that has exploded across social media captures one of the most dramatic instant karma moments ever filmed. A speeding driver who literally laughed at slower traffic while weaving through vehicles at dangerous speeds, mocking careful drivers from his window, filming himself breaking the law for social media clout. His arrogance lasted exactly 8 minutes before instant justice arrived in spectacular fashion, and every second of his downfall was captured from multiple angles. This isn't your typical speeding violation, where someone goes 10 over the limit. We're talking about excessive speed that turned a public highway into his personal racetrack, endangering families, truckers, and commuters who were simply trying to reach their destinations. The driver's behavior showed calculated recklessness combined with social media addiction, as he filmed himself speeding, posted stories mocking slow drivers, and literally gestured and laughed at people following traffic laws. His passenger encouraged the dangerous behavior, cheering each illegal maneuver like they were watching an action movie rather than participating in potentially fatal recklessness. The instant consequences that followed were so perfectly timed, so absolutely deserved, and so thoroughly documented that law enforcement used the footage in training sessions about aggressive driving enforcement. What makes this instant karma moment particularly satisfying is watching the driver's expression transform from smug superiority to absolute panic in less than 3 seconds. Sometimes the universe doesn't just deliver justice, it delivers a masterclass in humility with witnesses, cameras, and legal consequences that follow you home. Welcome back to the ultimate destination for the instant karma content that makes you believe in cosmic justice. If you are here because you love watching reckless speeders get exactly what is coming to them, you are in the right place with the right people. Before we show you today's absolutely incredible instant karma moment, we need you to do something. Smash that like button right now and drop a comment telling us what city you are watching from. Seeing our karma-loving community from around the world makes our day. Your likes and comments help us keep delivering these satisfying justice moments, so comment your city below. Interstate 15 running through Las Vegas handles massive traffic volume daily. Tourists heading to casinos, locals commuting to work, commercial trucks hauling freight across the desert southwest. The highway maintains a posted speed limit of 65 miles per hour, carefully calculated based on road conditions, traffic density, and safety engineering. Most drivers cruise comfortably at 70–75 miles per hour, the unofficial acceptable range that law enforcement tolerates. Then there are drivers like the protagonist of our instant karma story, who viewed speed limits as suggestions for people less important than himself. The dashcam footage begins innocuously enough, showing typical highway traffic moving steadily in the left lane. Then, like a missile launched from behind, a bright red sports car appears in the frame, traveling at a speed that multiple accident reconstruction experts later estimated exceeded 110 miles per hour. The vehicle didn't just pass other cars that obliterated past them, turning them into stationary objects in comparison. The dangerous speed combined with aggressive lane changes without signaling created a rolling hazard that threatened every vehicle within a quarter-mile radius. What elevated this from dangerous to infuriating was the driver's attitude captured in his own social media posts. He was actively filming himself during this reckless driving exhibition, holding his phone out the window to capture speedometer readings, laughing into the camera, making comments about all these slow idiots who dare to follow traffic laws. His passenger, equally complicit, could be heard encouraging the behavior. "Go faster, show them what this car can do." The audio captured celebratory whooping each time he cut off another vehicle. Multiple dashcams from surrounding vehicles captured different angles of the same terrifying behavior: aggressive tailgating at speeds where stopping would be impossible, cutting across 3 lanes simultaneously, forcing other drivers to brake hard or swerve defensively. A family in a minivan, visible in one dashcam angle, had children as car seats in the back. A semi-truck driver had to brake aggressively when the sports car cut in front with mere feet of clearance at differential speeds exceeding 40 miles per hour. The speeding driver wasn't just endangering lives, he was broadcasting his crimes in real time, posting Instagram stories with captions like "Vegas highways hit different" and "the speed limit is just a suggestion," accompanied by speedometer photos showing velocities approaching 120 miles per hour. His social media profile, later archived by authorities, revealed a pattern of reckless driving content spanning months, each post more dangerous than the last, each one garnering likes and comments from followers who apparently found vehicular endangerment entertaining. At one point captured on dashcam with crystal clear audio, he pulled alongside a sedan driving the speed limit in the center lane. Instead of simply passing, he matched their speed briefly, rolled down his window, and shouted mockingly, "Where do you learn to drive, Grandma?" The grandma was actually a woman in her 40s taking her teenage daughter to a college visit, both visibly startled by the aggressive confrontation. He then laughed loudly enough for his voice to carry across lanes, accelerated violently, and cut in front of them close enough that the woman's defensive braking was captured on her dashcam. His passenger continued fueling the dangerous behavior by filming additional content, narrating like a sports commentator. And he is passing on the right. He is weaving through traffic like a pro. The celebration of illegal and life-threatening behavior demonstrated a complete disconnect from reality, as if public highways existed solely for their entertainment rather than a shared infrastructure where hundreds of people's safety depended on mutual respect and adherence to traffic laws. A truck driver on a CB radio, monitoring the situation, called out, "We got a red sports car running excessive speed, weaving through traffic near Mil Marco 42. Somebody is gonna get killed if law enforcement doesn't shut this down." His concern proved prophetic, though karma would arrive even faster than police response teams. The truck driver's call was one of the 11 separate reports flooding into Nevada Highway Patrol about the red sports car terrorizing Eakins, each caller more alarmed than the last. As the speeding driver continued his highway rampage, his confidence grew into full-blown arrogance. He began actively targeting specific vehicles for his mockery, selecting cars he deemed too slow for personal harassment. A hybrid vehicle driving in the right lane became his next target for ridicule. He pulled alongside, his passenger filmed it, and they both made exaggerated gestures suggesting the hybrid was crawling when it was actually traveling at exactly the posted speed limit. The hybrid driver, a retired teacher, headed to volunteer at the local library, maintained her composure and simply kept driving safely, refusing to engage with the aggressive behavior. Her lack of reaction seemed to frustrate the speeding driver further, as if he needed validation for his recklessness. He accelerated ahead, cut in front of her unnecessarily close, and brake checked her a mouth captured on her dashcam that would later serve as evidence in multiple legal proceedings. His social media content continued uploading in real-time, stories stacking up with increasing bravado. "Nobody can touch this car," and his highways are mean on Sundays, accompanied by more speedometer clips showing sustained triple-digit speeds. Comments on his post ranged from encouragement to concern, with several followers actually warning him, "Do be careful. You ain't gonna get caught and it isn't worth it, bro. Slow down." These warnings were met with laughing emoji responses and dismissive comments about police never patrolling that stretch of highway. What the speeding driver didn't know couldn't have known given his complete focus on himself was that Nevada Highway Patrol had been tracking him for the past 6 minutes. Multiple 911 calls had provided his exact location, vehicle description, and license plate number. Two patrol units were converging on his position from opposite directions, coordinating via radio for a strategic intercept. A helicopter unit, coincidentally in the area for unrelated enforcement, had visual confirmation and was relaying real-time position updates. The trap was set, karma was loaded and aimed with precision. The exact moment of instant karma arrived at Mil Marco 47, captured simultaneously by the speeding driver's own phone, 3 separate dashcams, and the Nevada Highway Patrol helicopter's camera system. The sports car crested a slight rise in the highway at approximately 115 miles per hour, still accelerating. The driver's laugh audible on his own recording as he passed yet another slow vehicle. Then, in the span of 2 heartbeats, his expression transformed from smug satisfaction to wide-eyed terror. Waiting on the opposite side of the rise, positioned perfectly in a pursuit-ready location, sat two Nevada highway patrol vehicles. The officers had timed their positioning based on helicopter guidance, creating an unavoidable intercept point. The moment the red sports car appeared over the rise, both patrol vehicles activated their full light packages, roof bars, grill lights, interior lights, everything designed to command immediate attention and compliance. The speeding driver's own phone captured his reaction in horrifying detail. His smile vanished, replaced by an expression of pure panic. His hands jerked on the steering wheel, causing the sports car to wobble slightly before he regained control. His passenger's celebratory commentary cut off mid-sentence, replaced by a single expletive that perfectly summarized their situation. The phone dropped from filming position as the driver needed both hands to navigate his suddenly very complicated circumstances. But attempting to flee never crossed his mind. The helicopter overhead and the professional positioning of the patrol vehicles made clear that this game was over before he could even consider options. His brake lights illuminated as he began the long deceleration from felony speeds to a stop, each second of slowing a metaphor for his plummeting confidence and evaporating arrogance. The patrol vehicles followed, maintaining tactical positioning, while the helicopter circled overhead providing overwatch. The entire sequence from first light activation to complete stop lasted 45 seconds but contained enough instant karma to fuel social media justice forums for months. Every moment of his downfall was documented, preserved, and would soon become evidence in proceedings that would affect his life far longer than his 8-minute read. The traffic stop that followed delivered instant karma with surgical precision. As officers approached the now stopped sports car, their body cameras captured a driver whose arrogance had completely evaporated. Gone was the laughing, mocking persona from his social media posts. In its place sat someone suddenly very aware that consequences were real, immediate, and about to become extremely expensive. "Do you know why we stopped you?" The question from the lead officer was rhetorical. The driver's speed, the weaving, the multiple violations were all documented from multiple sources, including his own social media posts that were still live on his Instagram account. His response, a mumbled acknowledgement, contrasted sharply with his earlier boasts about owning the highway. The passenger sat silently, phone now tucked away, probably contemplating how quickly celebration transforms to regret. The officer's citation writing took considerable time because the violations were numerous. Excessive speed over 50 miles per hour above the limit, qualifying as reckless driving in Nevada, multiple unsafe lane changes, following too closely, reckless endangerment, and several others. Each violation carried separate fees, separate points on his license, and separate insurance implications that would haunt him for years. The initial fee total exceeded $2.0, but that represented just the beginning of his financial consequences. Then came the truly devastating instant karma, vehicle impoundment. Because his speed qualified as reckless driving, Nevada law permitted immediate vehicle seizure. The officer called for the tow truck while informing the driver the sports car his pride and joy, the social media prop was going to impound. The retrieval fees, storage costs, and insurance premium increases would cost more than the fees themselves. The helicopter footage captured the finale scene. The red sports car being loaded onto a flatbed tow truck while its driver and passengers stood on the highway shoulder, arrangements being made for alternative transportation back to Vegas. The driver's phone, still in his pocket, had stopped recording. His Instagram story remained up though, a permanent record of the arrogance that preceded his instant karma lesson in humility and consequences. The aftermath of this instant karma moment extended far beyond the immediate citations and impound fees. The speeding driver faced mandatory court appearances where his own social media content served as prosecution evidence. His laughing, his mocking of soft drivers, his speedometer readings, all preserved digitally as proof of willful recklessness. His insurance company used the same footage to justify hot increases that would cost thousands annually for years. His social media accounts, once celebrating dangerous driving, were scrubbed clean. Those screenshots had already spread across justice-focused forums worldwide. This instant justice story serves as a powerful reminder that actions have consequences, that worlds are shared spaces requiring mutual respect, and that karma sometimes arrives with flashing lights and legal documents. Every person endangered by his reckless driving received validation that law enforcement takes aggressive driving seriously and that social media clout never justifies risking human lives. If this instant karma moment satisfied your justice craving, smash that like button and comment your city below. Subscribe for more content proving that speeders eventually face consequences. Drive safely, respect others, and remember karma tracks you better than sistema de posicionamento global. See you in the next instant justice story where entitled Drivers Learn Expensive Lessons.